Hi, I am Jaclyn Steele, and welcome to Self-Discovery. Howard Thurman so beautifully wrote, "Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive." Coming alive. That, my friends, is what self-discovery is all about. Wear that mask for. Hello and welcome to another episode of Self-Discovery. This is a solo episode. It has been a few weeks, I think probably close to a month since I've done a solo episode. I've been feeling pretty sick. And so that's part of what this podcast episode is about. If you hear my dog groaning in the background, well, what else is new? I'll do a little surroundings description just because I love to feel like you are sitting with me wherever I am, whether it's my office or my living room or hotel room, wherever it is that I am. I like feeling like we're just having a conversation, just me and you. And so I am sitting in my living room on a shag rug next to the coffee table with my laptop in front of me, some doTERRA peppermint oil, just the bottle with the cap open so that I can take little sniffs as I need them. Peppermint oil is energizing. It also helps with any kind of nausea. I have an oracle card deck, 2 crystals, a cup of water with lemon and cucumbers in it, and then my microphone and my 3 dogs, of course. And that's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. I am still in my PJs. I was writing this morning. I meditated. I did a little online shopping. And now I'm here before I have a client meeting recording this podcast. And I'm excited to be able to connect with you. I love doing these solo episodes because they just feel so intimate, like I mentioned earlier, like a conversation between you and I. So today's topic is learning to trust in times of uncertainty. Before I dive in, I would love, if you haven't already, for you to subscribe to this podcast and leave a review. I read every single review. They mean so much to me and they help with the algorithm. So the podcast will be seen by more people and hopefully heard by more people if there are reviews in place. So please, if you would, leave a review. Also, I've started something new that has been so fun and so rewarding because it allows me to really cultivate one-on-one relationships with you guys outside of social media and outside of client teacher kind of relationships. And that is through text messaging. I have this text messaging service that I use, and my number is 480-531-6858. I'll repeat that in a second, but essentially I'm doing what are called sacred rebel affirmations. And several times a week, I send out an encouraging, uplifting text that I'm just trusting will hit you at the perfect moment on the perfect day, right when you need it. And the feedback that I'm getting is great. The response that I'm getting is great. And also it opens up the opportunity for me to have a direct dialogue with you, check in with you, see how you're doing. You know, as I get older and things change and life morphs, my mission has been for a long time to empower women and empower hearts, minds, surroundings, like a holistic sort of philosophy around empowerment. And that is very much still my mission. But in addition to that, I want to leave the world a better place than when I found it. And for me, I feel like my calling is to do that individually, to empower one person at a time as much as I can. And what I mean by empower is specifically to give you the tools you need to believe in yourself, to accomplish your own purpose and your own mission in life. So that's a lot of the context around and reasoning behind this text messaging that I'm doing. Again, they're called Sacred Rebel Affirmations, and you can text me at 480-531-6858. And after you send that text, just write the word in there, sacred, SACRED, and you will automatically be added to my Sacred Rebel Affirmations list. I also have an email list that I'm revamping where I'm going to send out, I don't know if they'll be weekly, maybe a couple a month of uplifting emails and things along those lines. I feel like my job here is to empower and love people into empowering and loving themselves. So that being said, I look forward to hearing from you. Text me. This is another segment of These Are a Few of My Favorite Things. And by favorite things, I mean companies. Yes, I am an affiliate for these companies, so I get a little kickback when you purchase from them. And that allows me to continue to make this podcast and pay my bills. So today I want to introduce you to BKR, and they are by far my favorite reusable water bottle company. I've been using their bottles since 2017, so you do the math, it's been a long time. Here's why I love them so much. The shape of the water bottle and the loop lid make it so easy to carry them from yoga to the grocery store to work, whatever. They're super portable. Next, the specialty lid that holds, wait for it, lip balm. So in this Arizona dryness, my lips can get some much needed moisture, always right at my fingertips. Next, the silicone shell that makes it grippy and easy to drink from. And then the colors. Oh my gosh. Admittedly, I'm someone who's very picky about what I purchase. I want it sustainable, ethical, and I want the colors to be on brand. I'm not a hot pink in your face kind of gal, and BKR gets it. They have the most beautiful selection of colors that, in my opinion, will not hurt your eyes. Also, the water bottles are easy to clean or pop in the dishwasher. I love that. They don't take a lot of time to keep sanitary. I got my first BKR bottle, like I mentioned, in 2017, and it still looks brand new. And that's something I wish wasn't so important to me, but it is. It's in perfect condition, and I have dropped it, traveled with it, taken it to music performances, etc., taken it to work. Oh my gosh, this thing has seen some life, my friends, and it looks fantastic for its age. You can see my little family of BKR bottles on jaclynsteele.com/BKR. My favorite colors are Teddy and Brooklyn. Trust me, they are so freaking beautiful, and they are an item that will last and last and last. Again, that's jaclynsteele.com/BKR for my favorite picks. Now back to the episode. Now, the content of this episode, learning to trust in times of uncertainty. I wrote this as a journal entry, and so I'm just going to read my journal entry because it is so honest. Here it is. I pulled the card Trust from the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck by Denise Lynn this morning. The picture is of a beautiful desert landscape with water behind it and a crescent moon hanging overhead above a palm tree. To say that I needed this card is an understatement. The last month has been a struggle for me. Physically, I've been ill, and I've acutely felt the disparity between what my mind wanted to do and what my body has been capable of. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. I have long had a densely rooted problem, and it is this. My self-worth is deeply tied to my ability to perform and achieve. This is problematic for many reasons, but especially when I am ill, it is particularly cruel because even in a relaxed position, my mind is waging war. I have this narrative on repeat that I should be doing more, that stronger, better, more mentally tough women would push through this and come out triumphant. And here I am, laid out on the couch, mindlessly scrolling through Netflix or Hulu or Discovery Plus, just trying not to vomit. I have never been good at resting. Not physically, not mentally. Even when I go to sleep at night, I have to consciously relax my neck and shoulders and arms. Their default position is tight and high and flexed. What I've been learning over the last month of being sick, though, is that rest, especially if it's real rest, where my mind isn't waging war against itself, is just as important as productivity. I started to learn this concept several years ago after a series of traumas. If you've read my ebook, it's a free ebook. It's on my website. Then you know some of that trauma. And so I did some blog posts around that time. You can go back in time into 2019 and see that stuff if you want to dig deeper. But again, I started to learn this concept several years ago after a series of traumas. I gave myself some time and space and permission to not be doing. But after that period, I went back to my default programming, which is productivity, work, subconsciously creating chaos to distract myself, and beating myself up for not being enough or doing enough or not being farther along at this point in my life. Can any of you relate to that? I know you can. Learning the art of sustainable, energetic living really has never been my forte. It's something that I have aspired to, but I've never mastered it. But what if, my friends, roll with me here for a minute, what if the drought, the desert, this difficult time, this funk that we're in is an essential part of the coming harvest? What if the harvest would be impossible without the drought or the winter, or however you want to describe this period of feeling uncertain of where you stand and feeling like an echo of who you know you really are? Going back to the oracle card I pulled this morning, Trust, with the desert landscape and water behind it, the description reads, "The desert seems parched and devoid of life. Yet it is to the desert that spiritual sojourners go to gain messages from the Creator." Traditionally, the desert is a place of spiritual cleansing, renewal, and profound healing visions. Just as desert terrains can feed our souls, they also nourish lands thousands of miles away. For example, the Sahara Desert and the Amazon rainforest are a great distance from each other. One is a vast, dry area of sand and scrub, while the other is moist and lush and green. And yet they are connected. Annually, thousands of tons of nutrient-rich dust from the Sahara crosses continents in the upper atmosphere and deposits vital phosphorus and other minerals to the Amazon, which needs those exact nutrients. The sacred landscape of this card wants you to know this is a powerful and important card to receive. Even when things seem parched or not fruitful, a deeper energy speaks of the power of your inner knowing. Meditate. Trust those nudges from the universe. Your celestial advisors are close now. You are now open to receive some of the most important messages of your life through your intuition. Your intuition is spot on, so trust it. And even if there are some areas of your life that seem lackluster, know that other areas are being fertilized for a resplendent future. Have faith and know that there is a higher purpose. I needed that card. Like I said in the beginning of this episode, it was perfect timing, as all oracle messages are. And you may be experiencing the desert right now. I get it. As I've said, I've been experiencing it too. I believe, though, deep in my bones, that there is a higher purpose to these times of drought. That whatever is happening within and around us right now is creating essential life lessons and nutrients for the next leg of our path on this earth. I find great comfort and peace in this knowing, in trusting that the universe's plan is greater than my own. And on days where that is not enough, I practice acceptance. Acceptance that I'm not running at full speed, that my smile is slower to cross my face, that my pajamas stay on a little longer than usual, like they have this morning, that I don't see the path clearly, and that is okay. Because this time of uncertainty is an important part of getting me to my next level of understanding and consciousness and growth. Being a human is not for the faint of heart. It's dense and beautiful and joy-filled and scary and all of the things. Each of us hold every single possibility for the human experience within ourselves. So it's unrealistic to think that we should be happy all the time or one thing all the time. And where's the growth in that? Where's the stretching of our character? Fire, heat, drought, they have a way of returning you to the purity of what is important and what really matters. So it may be tough right now, but I know for certain you are made of materials that can handle whatever is being thrown at you in this moment. You are resilient. You are capable. You are mentally tough. Think of all that you have already survived. This desert period is temporary. And like the card says, if there are some areas of your life that seem lackluster, know that other areas are being fertilized for a resplendent future.